My name is Dale Ward, I'm a comedian and an artist, and I wrote a thesis about how Michael Myers from the Halloween movies is a Zen master. I called it Zen and the Art of Halloween, an analysis of Zen master Michael Myers. This video is the epilogue of my thesis, and these are some of my Halloween paintings that will be appearing in the background. So let's get into the epilogue. Anything can be a teacher of Zen Buddhism. My teacher just happens to be a serial killer named Michael Myers. That's why every Halloween I follow in the footsteps of my Zen master, quite literally. I walk around and stalk my entire neighborhood every October 31st. And sometimes other random nights in October as well. I call it my Master Michael Myers meandering. And in 2015, I was arrested for it. The boogeyman would be so proud of me. Furthermore, I too stalk the neighborhood that I grew up in, just like Michael Myers. And I even dress like him. I wear a similar emotionless white mask and the same bloody kessa. Becoming the boogeyman every year helped me realize that the shape is shunyata, the void. I can actually feel that voidness every time I put on my Halloween face of empty nothingness and stalk the streets. And I honestly think that I see opportunities to scare people in the same way that Michael Myers sees opportunities to kill people. There is no plan or anticipation. We both just walk until a random person crosses our path. When I go stalking on Halloween, I have no thoughts of who I am or who I will scare or how I will scare them. In fact, I have no thoughts whatsoever. As a result, every Halloween I feel peaceful and empty. I just am, I just do, and I just scare whoever is there. In other words, I feel enlightened every Halloween night. My master gave me that. However, I have not mastered it the way the boogeyman has, because when I'm doing my Halloween kinhin, I often think too much about how little I'm thinking. I also think too much about how much more Master Michael Myers has mastered meditation than me, and how admirable and impressive he is. That being said, even though I'm not a master, when I walk around and scare the hell out of people on October 31st, I'm sharing Halloween enlightenment, just like the shape does. Because when people are scared, they can't think or plan or stress. They just are terrified. So I literally scare the thoughts out of people every Halloween, and thoughtlessness is a heavenly experience. In other words, when I scare the hell out of people, I'm also putting heaven into them. That is my gift, my lesson, my treat and trick to anyone who happens to cross my path. That's how I share Michael's gift, because scaring is sharing. The Halloween lessons of Zen. And since I'm teaching a very valuable lesson every year, that makes me a teacher of Halloween Zen, just like the boogeyman. These are some of the many reasons why I have a giant smile under my mask every Halloween, which I highly doubt Michael Myers has, but who knows? This thesis was a humorous analysis of the connections I see between Michael Myers and Zen, but it was also meant to be a very brief and superficial introduction to Zen and Buddhism in general. So, if you are actually interested in Buddhism, be sure to take this thesis with a grain of entertaining salt and study from an actual professor of Buddhism. Or even better, study under a real Zen master or monk in a monastery. Because I am not enlightened, if you couldn't tell. Nor am I even very knowledgeable. I am a comedian and an artiste. On top of that, this thesis is composed of words that say enlightenment is not about words, and therefore these words clearly do not bring enlightenment. In other words, I have words, humor, art, and this thesis, but I do not have enlightenment. At some point, I hope to get rid of the horrific feeling of my illusory ego so I can obtain the elation that comes with enlightenment. It is said that such an experience is like the horror of stepping on a venomous snake and then the elation of looking down and seeing that it was just a rope. Or, in Halloween Zen terms, I imagine it's like the horror of watching Michael Myers kill everyone, and then the elation of Halloween ending. And walking out of the movie theater. And if I get murdered for this thesis because I compared the boogeyman to a Zen master, the Buddha, and God, I'm okay with that. It's what Michael Myers would want. In the name of Michael Myers, the Boogeyman, and the Shape, all Loomis. Blessed be our Virgin Mother of Mercy, Laurie Strode. Honestly, if I get murdered for this thesis, not only would it certainly go viral, but my murder would be hilarious, because it would mean that my words about not taking words seriously were taken seriously, and it would be funny if I died for a joke. Also, I would get to experience the oneness of death, which I am very much looking forward to. Moreover, with any luck, my murderer would get a lesson out of murdering me by realizing that it's not good to take words too seriously. Because this thesis is about a fictional serial killer from the Hollywood movie franchise called Halloween and how he is a Zen master. What about this implies that it's serious? Happy Halloween! Okay, ghosts and goblins, that was the epilogue of Zen and the Art of Halloween. Stick around to the end of this video to see my bloopers because they are honestly the best part. But first, hit that subscribe button and stalk me the way Michael Myers stalks the streets of Haddonfield. And if you enjoyed this video, please kill the like button and display its corpse so that the next like button finds it and freaks out. Be sure to check out the other chapters to put this one in context, and please comment below to let me know what you liked or tell me everything you hated and what you want the boogeyman to do to me as punishment. Also, please comment any corrections you have if you think I made a mistake, or if you have any suggestions or additions, I'd love to hear them. Also, let me know if you'd like to see me perform a 1-hour version of this thesis live, or if you think I should publish it as a book, or if you want me to burn it with fire and never speak of it again, leave a comment. I truly appreciate every single like, share, comment, and subscription, and I will respond to all of the comments. One last thing, if you could please share this with anyone you know who's a fan of Halloween, Zen, art, or comedy, and especially if you know anyone who's a fan of all four, please share this with them. Thank you for watching, happy Halloween, and now enjoy my bloopers. Similarly, the shapes... Whoa. It's what Michael Myers would want. This is how I share Michael's gift. Scaring is sharing. Michael's gift. Scaring. Scaring is sharing. The Shape's lessons of Dharma. I'm a Halloween master, just like the boogeyman. I am a Halloween master, just like the boogeyman. In the name of Michael Myers, the boogeyman, the Shape, all Loomis. Ah! Don't you think we can refer to it as him? Well, don't you? Oh,
Doctor!